Welcome to this Sunday card and rune reading. I'm Jenny Florence. For those of you that don't know me, welcome to my channel. So guys, today we will be drawing from 2 tarot packs, an Archangel card, a Moonology card, and our wonderful runes. I have dowsed to see which cards we were going to use. I've shuffled each pack and drawn from those packs. Some of them were cut and some of them literally just leapt out as I was shuffling. And we have the runes, of course, as well, which I've drawn from the bag. So guys, for those of you that are new to my channel, I post this reading every Sunday, and it's different to the usual kind of big monthlies or even the in-between readings that I do, which are for each sign. In this reading, it's really for weekly guidance for anyone that is seeking that or finds that helpful. If you have a particular question in mind, sit with that question and allow yourself to see which cards you are drawn to. And then on the screen below, you'll see the timings for the reading, so you can fast forward the video and connect into the one that you're really sort of finding yourself resonating with. If you find that more than one is speaking to you, then listen to both, because sometimes it's like a collaboration of two together that give us the greatest guidance for the week ahead. As I said, these readings are a little bit different to the big monthlies in that I shuffle and draw beforehand, but that is so that you can then really sit and connect in with whichever reading is calling to you. So we have reading 1, reading 2, reading 3. I will leave you with that. You may want to pause the video for a few moments. Before I actually move on to the readings, for those of you that are new to my channel, each month I take comments from my subscribers. I put them in a hat and draw one out and give that person a free private reading. If you'd like to be in that draw, do please subscribe, and of course press the little bell icon. That way you'll get notification of all of the readings that I do, along with the announcement of the winner of that reading too, which I post at the beginning or usually in around the first week of the month. So guys, so much love to you. Welcome to reading number 1. Our rune is the rune of joy. It's a lovely, lovely energy. This rune speaks of, it's coming out of the darkness into the light. It speaks of an internal shift, which then creates an external shift. It's a fruit-bearing rune. I think that's how it's described in the book that I have used mostly for my interpretations, my learning from my runes. It speaks of, a fruit-bearing time, a new clarity. So the joy, the gift, that comes with this, it can sometimes simply be a greater degree of insight or clarity, or it can literally be a material reward. Let's see what our cards are showing. This says take time to breathe out. It's an interesting card, Moonology card. Archangel Metatron, prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you to get organized and motivated. And then we have 2 tarot cards. This is interesting. So we have Ace of Cups, new relationships, new beginnings in relationship, a new phase of relationship. What I'm really hearing is that for those of you that have been drawn to this reading, it's not just necessarily a brand new relationship, although for some of you it may be, but it's a new phase in relationship, and that new phase is coming about because of a new attitude or a new kind of awakening within yourselves. You've become aware of something, you've become aware of your own position in something, you've seen something and it's caused a shift within you. This is a card, the luxury card, the 4 of Cups, is a card of free-flowing emotionality. Where there was a block, you are now free to emotionally move forwards. This card speaks of, it's like a mutuality of giving and receiving. It is as though you are now in a place where you can experience relationship from a position of equality in terms of giving and receiving, an acceptance of someone else being on their own journey with the recognition and entitlement of you being on your own journey as well. It's what I would call an elevated state of relationship, actually, where we can engage with others from a position of, it's like a greater connection due to a greater sense of who we ourselves are within relationship. This is a lovely energy. Prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you to get organized and motivated. I think for some of you, something within relationship has possibly held you back. And actually not only within relationships, but other areas of your lives. I think if we are struggling in relationship, that tends to then affect all areas of our lives. We're not free to move forwards because we're emotionally sort of tangled within ourselves. There has been a shift out of the darkness into the light. But also take time to breathe out. If you find yourself almost sliding back into any negative forms of thinking or negative patterns that were more to do with the way you were than the way you are now, allow yourself to breathe that out. Literally pause. As I said, I think things are possibly moving forwards quite quickly for some of you now. So again, focus on your priorities. Don't be overwhelmed at the speed in which things are moving forwards. This is very much a card of new beginnings, so allow yourself to literally ride the waves, but just take time to breathe out. Notice if there's anything recurring from your history that needs to be let go of, and literally also do take time to breathe. So a gorgeous, gorgeous reading for our first reading on this Sunday. So much love to you guys. Welcome to reading number 2. We have the rune of protection. Now this rune speaks of control of the emotions. I prefer to think about being in relationship with our emotions, understanding that both the highs and the lows are giving us information, but kind of not drowning in either. I think if we're connected to our emotions, then we can channel the energy that comes with them. We can listen to them for guidance. But this rune speaks of the kind of highs and lows that we experience when we are going through accelerated periods of growth in our lives. It also speaks of new opportunities, not always coming in the form that we expect. Now, our Moonology card, interesting, very positive card. Luck is on your side. So if your emotions are quite highly charged during the week, or you feel, it could be a high or a low, particularly if you do experience a low or a wobble, or you have a moment of self-doubt, this card brings reassurance. This is lovely. Beloved one, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Let's have a look at our tarot cards. Knight of Swords and the card of Strength. There's a very clear message here. Okay. This card of Strength asks you to travel inwards and to find that sort of inner, it's like an inner resource, an inner reserve of strength. So when you think things aren't progressing, and we have a wobble, or we worry about something, or we think something's never going to happen, or it's not going to work out, this card of Strength comes with a request, an invitation to travel inwards and find a kind of an inner reserve of strength that sits within you. It's like that little spark of light that holds hope. Now, the Knight of Swords asks you to kind of cut through any drama, crisis, cut through stuff, cut through the crap, the stuff that the ego brings up in our mind. Again, if any of you are having doubts, or you are searching for a soulmate relationship and you are feeling as though that's never going to happen, or you have met someone and you're having a wobble, this reading is asking you to as I said, cut through the drama, cut through the stuff, the internal dialogue that the mind tends to go over and over, and connect into the strength that comes from your higher self, your deeper knowing that you have every entitlement to be happy, to find happiness, and to find happiness within relationship. I'm really hearing this, what's coming through again and again is this sort of process of accelerated growth. We can wobble a lot when we are in the midst of changes. Seek that inner strength that sits within you, that comes from your higher knowing, your greater knowledge. Also, don't listen to drama, gossip, crisis around you. If other people are voicing their opinions, please stand true to your own. Your luck is on your side. Growth is taking place. New opportunities are coming your way. Given that these readings really are looking at the week ahead, I would ask you if it feels like a week where things move forwards quickly, or you keep hearing almost like a series of different messages that come through other people's opinions, or they trigger stuff in your own mind. I'm really going to say, beloved ones, hold firm in your own inner strength. Hold the light. Luck is on your side. I think you are being guided. As I said, new opportunities come not always in the shape that we expect, and sometimes even some challenging news or someone's gossip or drama is a message to help us course correct, to move away from something. So be very mindful of what is going on around you. Hold fast, and I would say this, if for those of you that meditate or don't always meditate regularly, you might find this week a good time to do that. Remain grounded. Luck is definitely on your side, but you may experience a few wobbles along the way. So much love to you guys, so much love. Welcome to reading number 3. We have the rune of Gateway. This is a very interesting rune. It suggests that when we draw this rune, it's as though we are ready to connect with the divine. We're ready to look at something or look at ourselves from a different perspective, to connect to our spiritual pathway. It's a rune that suggests it speaks of sort of sitting on top of a mountain and standing there and looking back, casting your eyes back over your journey, over everything that has happened to get you to where you are now, and to review before stepping through the gateway. So it's a very powerful rune. Very powerful rune that is connecting into moments of transition. We have a card of you're very close to achieving your goal. The Archangel card, healthy lifestyle, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health. And 2 cards here from our tarot packs. The 10 of Cups, which suggests a period of ongoing contentment, particularly within relationship, but adjustment is needed. So what I'm hearing quite clearly is a clear message. You are actually very close to achieving your goal. I think whatever you are interested in and actively involved in manifesting in your lives, you are very close to achieving that. It's as though you've come so far, you've worked so hard to get to this position. Sometimes, though, we can have moments of, I'm not saying exactly self-doubt, but when we're working really hard at manifesting something, we reach a point where it's almost as though it hasn't yet happened, and we're wondering why. Is it still around the corner? Am I doing the work right? And it's not like it's loaded with self-doubt, but there's a little niggle of impatience. I can literally feel a kind of almost a slight impatience, a slight tingling in my legs. It's an impatience versus excitement. This reading is coming to say to you, look, you are very close to achieving your goal. Whatever you have been working at, you are reaching a space of almost contemplation before you walk through those doors into that new chapter of your life. This is the card of Libra. of adjustment, of balance. You are being asked to really be mindful that you keep your life in balance. If you are someone who overworks when you're trying to manifest something, or you get very heavily involved in trying to hold it in your mind all the time, your vision, your goal, remember the key to manifestation means that we hold it in our mind. Perhaps we meditate, we hold our desires in our mind. I think the art of manifestation is about holding our vision and yet at the same time not being attached to outcomes. We have to allow the universe to deliver to us. This is a card of promise, of ongoing contentment, of ongoing reward, particularly in relationship, but in love generally, in living our lives in a position of love, of happiness, of contentment, of joy. So you are asked to maintain yourself in balance, healthy lifestyle. Don't overwork. Don't be almost thinking, I must be so close to my goal, I must work that bit harder. Maintain a balance. We are asked in this reading to kind of be grounded and balanced and literally being what we desire within ourselves and trusting that the universe is going to deliver. This gateway rune is a stunningly powerful energy. It literally suggests that you are at a pivotal moment where a new phase of life is about to open up for you. So maintaining your balance, maintaining your own energy in all aspects of your life, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually as well. So keep your balance, keep your eyes on your sort of intention, and yet at the same time step away and allow yourself to receive. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Very powerful moment of transition, I think, this week for some of you guys. So much love to you, so much love.